Ladies and gentlemen, the Crusades were not a holy war. They were invasions of other people's lands. The Crusaders claimed to fight for God, although they killed thousands of innocent people. They attacked Muslim and Jewish communities, and the so-called Holy War was actually about gaining power and territory. Today I'll show you that the Crusades were not justified and caused unnecessary violence and suffering for Jewish and Muslim communities.
Your Honor, the Crusades were a series of wars fought to protect Christianity. Pope Urban II called for the First Crusade to defend the Christian world, reclaim Jerusalem, and protect the Christian pilgrims. The Crusaders believed that they were doing God's work. Today, I will prove that the Crusades were a justified holy war done in defense of our faith and sacred lands. I would like to call Pope Urban to the stand.
I called for the First Crusade to protect the Christian world from the Muslim forces. Jerusalem, the holy city, was controlled by non-believers. Christians could no longer safely travel there, and it's necessary to take this city back and protect Christians in their faith.
So, you believe the Crusades were about defending Christians and reclaiming Holy Land, not for conquest?
Yes, it was about protecting our sacred places and ensuring Christians could worship freely in Jerusalem.
Thank you, Pope Urban. No further questions.
Pope Urban, you say it was to protect Christians, but many innocent people, Muslims and Jews, were killed during the Crusades. How do you justify that?
It was tragic, but we're fighting for a greater purpose. Sometimes in war, innocent people are caught and they end up in conflict, but the larger goal is to protect Christianity for all of us.
So what you're saying is you're okay with killing innocent people because of what you believe?
War is never easy, and yes, sometimes casualties are part of war and they're inconvenient. In the pursuit of reclaiming Jerusalem, it's needed.
No further questions.
I want to call a Crusader to the stand. You fought in the Crusades. Why did you join?
I joined because I believed it was my duty as a Christian and I wanted to protect my faith. And I also believed that by fighting in the Crusades, I could earn salvation. And we were told that we were reclaiming the Holy Land for Christ.
So you thought this was a holy war to protect Christianity?
Yes, I believed it was a righteous war and meant to free Jerusalem and protect Christians.
Thank you. No further questions.
You say you joined for religious reasons, but many innocent people were killed in the process of this. How do you justify this?
Well, we were focused on freeing Jerusalem, and in the chaos of war, things got hard and out of hand, but our mission was for the greater good.
So you think the killing of innocent people was justified just for your mission?
It was tragic, but it was necessary to achieve the goal.
No further questions.
I would now like to call the Muslim leader to the stand. As the leader of the Muslim world, how did the Crusaders affect your people?
The Crusades were an invasion. We were defending our lands from foreign invaders. The Crusaders didn't come in peace. They came with weapons, they killed our people, and they destroyed our cities. This was not a holy war. This was a conquest.
But the Crusaders believed that they were fighting for a righteous cause, to reclaim Jerusalem. Do you not think that they had a right to fight for their holy city?
No, because we didn't invite them. We didn't attack them either. They attacked us. They didn't come to protect their faith. They came to conquer.
Thank you. No further questions.
You say the Crusaders attacked, but did Muslims not also fight for control of Jerusalem and the surrounding land?
Yes, we defended our land, but we did not invade others. The Crusaders came with an army to take what was not theirs.
So you're saying the Crusaders had no right to fight for their holy land?
They had no right to invade and kill our people. They started the violence.
No more questions.
I would now like to call the Jewish leader to the stand. How were the Jewish communities affected by the Crusades?
The Crusaders didn't only attack Muslims, they attacked us. We were murdered and our homes were destroyed and we were persecuted simply because we were Jewish. They saw us as enemies to Christianity.
But the Crusaders were fighting to protect Christians. Do you not understand that they believed they were fighting, they were acting for a holy cause?
They didn't care about us. They killed us because we weren't Christian. This wasn't a holy war, it was a violent conquest that hurt many innocent people.
Thank you. No further questions.
You've said that the Crusaders attacked Jewish people, but isn't it true that wars sometimes result in innocent people being killed?
Yes, but the Crusaders did not attack us as part of the war. They targeted us specifically because of our religion. This was not collateral damage, it was persecution.
No more questions. The Crusades were not a holy war. They were an unjustified conquest. The Crusaders killed innocent people, destroyed entire communities, and caused unnecessary suffering. They used religion as an excuse for violence and power. The Crusades were about conquest and expansion, not faith.
The Crusades were a holy war called to protect Christians, reclaim Jerusalem, and defend sacred lands. Yes, there were unfortunate casualties, but the goal was to protect Christendom. The Crusaders believed that they were doing God's work and that their actions were justified by their faith.